Hey friends, Kris Krohn here with Limitless Wealth TV, and today I've got a question for Stephen Michael Miller. Stephen, would you mind sharing with us today the best financial advice you ever got?
I will absolutely do that. Stick around. All right, friends, Stephen Michael Miller here, and this is a question that I honestly wish for this video, and maybe we'll do this later on down the road, but I almost wish we had like a panel of different people giving an answer to this one, because this question is, what is the best money advice you've ever received? I'm going to answer this question from my perspective, but the best money advice that I've ever received, I've received a lot of financial advice, a lot of money advice from a lot of different people, a lot of people that are extremely wealthy, a lot of people that I look up to, some of my mentors, as well as honestly some people that I've mentored also. And one of the biggest things for me was, it's very simple, and it's something that most people still don't do. And if you'll take this advice, if you'll take this information and implement it today, I don't care what that looks like, but if you'll implement this today and continue to implement this every single day of your life, it will set you up for a different and better financial future. And this advice is very simple. It's just spend less than you earn. I know that that's super simple sounding, and maybe for some of you who are really struggling financially, may look at that advice and say, "Oh, easy for you to say," or "Oh, that once I'm making X amount of dollars, then I'll do that. Right now I'm just paycheck to paycheck, or right now I'm behind, or even earning less than paycheck to paycheck," and I get it. But that is one of those things, this is one of those pieces of advice that if you will use and implement right now, it puts your mind into a little bit of a different space. Committing to spend less than you earn, and to take the excess to save for investment purposes and to invest that money wisely. It does something to you. Even taking a small percentage, and before you go to pay your bills, taking that small percentage away and putting it aside for yourself, right? Putting that aside for investment purposes, it will set the stage for completely new possibilities. It'll actually put your mind into a different frame where even if you have less than you think you need for the month, if you still take that money away and set it aside and commit to yourself that you won't touch it, you will then go into a different mode of earning, of receiving opportunities, of attracting opportunities into your life, because you're putting money aside for investment purposes. And it tricks your brain in a way that gets you moving and acting differently. So although it can seem counterintuitive to the person that is paycheck to paycheck, just trust me, I've been paycheck to paycheck. I completely get it. I understand paycheck to paycheck very, very well. I grew up in a very poor household, and I experienced it in my marriage as well. We've struggled financially at different times, and so I understand that. But when you commit to putting that money aside, specifically for investing, when you commit to saving, even when it feels like it's so super tight, you'll start to find other areas where maybe you're spending differently. One of the things that is just a true principle for me is, instead of ever looking at your expenditures in a given month as spending, is to look at those things as investments, all of them. I've talked about this a little bit in a previous video, but man, this to me is such a powerful principle that it's worth repeating over and over and over again. If you were to right now make a list of every single expenditure that you have, okay? As a matter of fact, in accounting, you've got your balance sheet, right? You've got your income and you've got your expenses, and you typically line all those things out, right? All of your income and all of your expenses. If you'll take that balance sheet, and instead of calling it income and expenses, you'll call it income and investments. And from here on out, if you'll do that, this will actually help you to save more, because it'll help you to take those areas, those expenses or those investments that aren't working for you, aren't giving you a return on your investment. And instead of continuing to dump money into those things, you'll want to get rid of those that are not creating return for you, right? If you're acting as a wise steward of your money, if you are investing wisely, if you are an investor, right now begin to tell yourself that you are an investor, then you will begin to spend or invest less in those things that don't give you a return and more in those things that do. Right? So if you've got your electric bill, your cell phone bill, your mortgage, you just list out all your different expenses, your food, your everything. If it's no longer an expense, but it's now considered an investment, how would you do it differently? Think about food for a moment. How would you buy your food differently? Or would you buy different food if it was no longer an expense, but now it's an investment? If you're investing in food for yourself, are you going to find yourself going through the nearest fast food chain to pick up lunch? Or are you going to find yourself picking up healthier food? By the way, if you're eating healthier, is that going to work out for you in the long run? Is that going to save you money on medical expenses in the future? Is that going to help you feel healthier and happier and more confident in who you are and help you step out even more as an entrepreneur or as an investor to do more things, right? To get more confidence in who you are? Absolutely. And if you look at every expense that way, then all of a sudden you'll start to find that certain expenses will fall off of that balance sheet and you'll have more and more money to invest in things that are bringing you a proper return. So honestly, for me, some of the best advice that I've ever had on in money advice, I guess, the best financial advice was to spend less than I make and take that excess and invest it properly. Well, hopefully that advice is something that you can go ahead and implement today. It was super useful for me, still is useful for me, but we'd love to know more questions that you have. Please go ahead and comment below. If you'd like to learn more about how we can help you learn more financially and actually increase your financial aptitude, come and join us at one of our events. We've got an event coming up all the time to help you with your financial future.
Links in the description below. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll be seeing you guys next time.